I hate queens that say, oh, it's not about politics, I'm not about politics. You are wearing a wig and you're wearing very extravagant costumes. Sadly, in this current social climate, what you do is political. Hello, I am Lawrence Chaney, winner of RuPaul's Drag Race UK, and listen, I'm here in heaven. I don't know where all the angels are, but I'm here in JY Heaven nightclub in city centre of London, and we are talking everything Pride. My first Pride memory would have to be, I remember when I started drag feeling really lonely and kind of isolated and not having many friends. And, you know, it was within a space of months going from when I came out on the scene, and then it was Pride all of a sudden, and I went to Edinburgh Pride, and finally being able to, you know, normally drag is seen as this kind of nightlife thing where it's strictly nighttime, you know, it's like vampires. So it was nice to celebrate during the daytime, and something I was worried about when I started drag was walking about in drag and whether people would stare and, you know, kind of managing that kind of knowing you're not part of the normal society. So I was very self-conscious of that, and then it took me having, you know, this Pride event and going along to it, and then walking kind of side by side, holding a flag with my sisters. It felt really, it felt like Pride. I was just overwhelmed with pride. Now, before all this glamorous drag race life, I used to only go to Glasgow Pride and Edinburgh Pride. And I remember it started out as me going there to walk in the march and celebrate those that came before us, the queens that came before us, the queer people that came before us. But what made me so happy was when I went there, I was entertained by the singers, the acts on stage as well afterwards, and to then later on in later years be involved in performances on the Pride main stage in Glasgow and be part of the reason people kind of come out in droves and feel like they are able to come out and not get harassed because you're there on a float, you know, in fabulous glamorous drag. People go, okay, yes, I can wear mascara today, you know. So I love the atmosphere at Glasgow and Edinburgh Pride as well. You know, Glasgow is a very forward-thinking, you know, city, I would say. You know, yes, we say a lot of things and we are very opinionated, but I think that's a really good thing because if I meet someone, I know instantly where I am with that person. So I think that was a great thing about Pride in Glasgow as well, as it wasn't just gay. You know, it wasn't just trans people celebrating. It wasn't just gay people celebrating. Everyone celebrated. There were allies on the street and kids on the street handing out flags and celebrating with everyone. I mean, Pride's unique to drag queens because we are the only ones that get hot and sweaty when it's a lovely 12 degrees. But I think Pride is kind of unique for drag queens because we are quite often the kind of front-facing queer people in society. You know, we are very dressed up in our glad rags, you could say. So we normally, I find even myself, getting in a taxi is sometimes awkward because you've got drivers going, oh aye, what party are you going to? Like, it's very difficult sometimes because there is no dressing down for this job. So with Pride comes, you know, that whole past year where a taxi driver's looked at you funny, or, you know, little interactions if you walk home, if you walk to gigs, if you walk from gigs. It's a celebration of how that has, I don't even know how to put it in words, like, it's the celebration of everything we've overcome. And I think as drag queens, we're the front-facing people in the community. So we have had to overcome a bit more of that kind of stigma against queer people. And I love being a voice of our community. And I hate queens that say, oh, it's not about politics. I'm not about politics. You are wearing a wig and you're wearing very extravagant costumes. Sadly, in this current social climate, what you do is political, and you have to, pay tribute to the people around you without your privilege. You've got to kind of use your platform for good, because you've got one. Little Janie down the road doesn't have one. I remember when I was younger, I would always put off going to Pride before I started drag. And I'd say no, because if I go, everyone will know I'm gay and I'll get bullied and I'm going to get, mugged on a train station. Like, I was so worried to leave the house and celebrate with the community. And if there's something I could tell myself, my younger self, I would say attend Prides from more of a young age. It is not a 18 plus thing. It is very family friendly, and more people need to involve themselves younger on, I would say, because everything, all of the kind of negativity we learn about being gay and being trans when you grow up, that's a learned thing. You're not born with this fear. It's society that instills that fear of being a queer person in you. So I would say start going to Prides as early on as you can, because then it's better off for your mental health. You'll go there and see your tribe and you'll be able to be there with your people. So you should definitely utilise that more, younger Lawrence. I feel lifted up by the LGBTQIA plus community every day. Like, I am just so proud of the advancements we've made as a community, but it really makes me so proud that, like winning Drag Race, it could be a thing of, oh, well, we're not talking to her. She's going to Hollywood now. That's us with her. But it means so much to me that the people that supported me from day dot, the Queens in Edinburgh, Alice Rabbit, Rujazzle, they are the family. They are the kind of bread and butter of the Edinburgh scene and the Glasgow scene. It means so much to me that our community uplifts me all the time. It's just a dream come true. Now listen, my first Pride back, my first Pride of 2021 is with Student Pride. And it means so much to me that not only are our community, showing up and talking about issues that have faced us during lockdown and before, it means so much to me that allies are talking about it, and it's not just a queer thing. It is all of us are now taking part, and that's really a testament to the advances we have made so far. So let me tell you, I'm just ready for everything else 2021 has to throw at me, because 2020, bye, see you later. 2021's where it's at. We're going to have a fabulous time with Pride this year. Do be respectful to all drag artists, entertainers out there, and do support them. Don't just turn up to Pride because, your favourite singer's going to be there. Just remember, there is a lot of meaning behind Pride. And, we are privileged even now. There is so much that we have overcome that it isn't a riot. We aren't at danger walking the streets anymore. The police are looking out for us by, guarding these marches a lot of the time. So what I try and remind people is, just remember the first Pride, Stonewall, that was a riot, and it was like, the police were antagonizing a lot of that situation. So just think of the advances there, and try and remember all those people there that have fought for our rights while you're having fun and having a good time and getting wasted. That's what I always try and remind people. So don't forget the people that came before you. Didn't do that. That's what losers do. Now listen, thank you so much for watching. I better go on and celebrate more of Pride. But thank you so much for watching Attitudes Pride at Home. Now just remember to like, share and comment on this video. Like, share and comment, please.